P.B. Shelley, the man of many poems who used his great literary skills to strongly illuminate his numerous beliefs. Author of well-known poems that would make their way out of his larger house in England and spread all around the world. But all great writers must come from somewhere.
Shelley's life started in a rural town, Field Place, in 1792 while the French Revolution was taking place. His father was a liberal Christian whose personality clashed with that of the rebellious young Shelley. Although his mother was alive for most of his life, his harsh father, along with his grandfather, took dominant roles in raising him. He spent the majority of his childhood outdoors and surrounded by nature to escape his family struggles, and would often use imaginative escapism to avoid school bullies at Scion House Academy and Eton.
Although he was raised in a Christian household, Shelley was primarily atheist. While he was at Oxford, Shelley wrote The Necessity of Atheism and was soon kicked out of school for loudly expressing his beliefs. At 19, he eloped with Harriet Westbrook, and shortly after the birth of their daughters, he fell in love with another woman, Mary Godwin. In an attempt to escape their previous life and both of their disapproving families, they both fled to Switzerland. Harriet, after being abandoned, drowned herself, and Shelley denied custody of both of their daughters. Shelley's struggles and unique experiences would later influence some of the greatest works of his life.
Most of his famous works had a political, radical, and/or an atheist style to them. Works such as the Esdale Notebook and Lone and Scythna were devoted to reforming society. Even more personal works such as Alastor, Rosalind, and Helen revealed his concerns and disappointment in the cold and hostile society. The poem Ode to the West Wind was not just heavily influenced by nature, but also took an atheist undertone in the ways he seemed to worship nature. Because of the struggles he faced throughout his life, such as lack of money and a failed marriage, he was inspired to write Queen Mab. He also contributed to the world of theater by writing 2 plays, The Cenci and Prometheus Unbound, a lyrical drama. Because most of his works carried a radical political tone, it caused many people to question his style. At one point, he was even put under government surveillance for his revolutionary ideas. Even this, however, did not stop P.B. Shelley from expressing himself through literature, and he continued to write for the rest of his life.
Although P.B. Shelley had great literary success throughout his entire life, all stories must come to an end. On his voyage to Leghorn, he sailed through rough waters, and despite his lifelong fear of water, he was not cautious enough and fell overboard. And then, he died. All throughout the ups and downs of his life, he was able to take his experiences and beliefs and use them to fuel some of his greatest works. And to this day, his work still lives on and continues to influence many minds around the world.